Hey everyone, today we are diving into a topic that so many of us in our 20s and 30s think about a lot. Are we doing enough with our money? We're going to see why the answer isn't about getting everything perfect, but about just pointing yourself in the right direction. So, does this look familiar? That little voice in the back of your head, that constant low-level anxiety that you should have the perfect budget or a booming investment portfolio, that you're somehow already behind? Man, it is exhausting. But here's the secret. You don't need it all figured out right now. It really comes down to two paths. On one side, you have perfection. And what does that feel like? It's stressful, totally unrealistic, and honestly, pretty fragile. One little mistake, and you feel like the whole thing is just falling apart. But then, on the other side, you have direction, and that is powerful. It's about being consistent, and it helps you build a solid foundation for your whole financial life. Okay, so how do we find that direction? Well, it all starts by really understanding what your single greatest asset is right now. And I'm willing to bet it's not what you think it is. This is it. It is not about the size of your paycheck. It is not about finding some lucky stock pick. Your most powerful financial asset is simply time. The years you have ahead of you are like this quiet superpower. And once you understand how to use it, oh man, it changes everything. Just look at this. Seriously. You've got Investor A, who starts putting away just $100 a month at age 25. Investor B waits a decade, but to make up for it, they invest 3 times as much. So who comes out on top? It's not even close. Investor A, the early starter, ends up with way more. That right there is the magic of compounding. Your money starts working for you, and the earlier you start, the harder it works. So if time is our fuel, we're going to need a solid vehicle to ride in, right? That's where your financial foundation comes into play. This is such a crucial step, building stability before you go chasing massive growth. Think about it this way. Trying to invest without a safety net is like building a house on sand. I mean, the very first unexpected wave, a car repair, a surprise medical bill, a job loss, it can just wash everything away. That is a recipe for serious financial stress. So, how do we build this foundation? It's actually pretty straightforward. Just 3 clear steps. First, a simple budget. Seriously, don't overcomplicate it. Just get a handle on where your money is going. Second, build that emergency fund. This isn't just a financial shield, it's a mental one. It literally buys you peace of mind. And third, get control of high-interest debt, because that kind of debt is actively working against you every single day. Okay, once that foundation is solid and secure, we can start to ignite the real engine of long-term wealth. Let's talk about the force that makes starting early so unbelievably powerful: compounding. So what even is compounding? The simplest way to think about it is this. It's when your money starts making its own money. And then that money starts making its own money. It's like a snowball rolling downhill. It starts off small, but over time, it creates this incredible exponential growth. In this quote just hits the nail on the head. The game isn't won by being the flashiest or most aggressive investor. Nope, it's won by being consistent. It's won by just showing up month after month, year after year, and letting time and compounding do all the heavy lifting for you. All right, so we've got our foundation built and our engine is running. Now, how do we pour some more fuel on that fire? This next part is all about creating what we call the gap to really accelerate your journey. Now, a huge piece of this puzzle is focusing on your income. But, and this is important, we're not talking about burning yourself out with a million side hustles. The most reliable, surefire path to a higher income is by consistently developing your skills. Whether that's learning to code, becoming a better public speaker, or getting a new certification in your field, that's the stuff that pays off big time. But increasing your income is only half of the equation. As this slide says, the real engine for your wealth is the gap between what you earn and what you spend. That leftover money, that surplus, that's the raw material that fuels every single one of your financial goals. So let's just watch how this plays out step by step. You've been focusing on your skills, you're adding more value, and your income starts to climb. And here's the absolute key. You intentionally resist that temptation to upgrade your lifestyle with every single raise. You keep your core expenses pretty much the same, even as your paycheck gets bigger. And what's the result? It's almost like magic. You create this ever-widening gap between your income and expenses, a powerful surplus that you can then pour directly into your investments, which dramatically, and I mean dramatically, speeds up your progress. Of course, none of this happens in a perfect straight line, and that is totally okay. You are going to make mistakes. We all do. The goal is never to be perfect. The goal is to learn from those mistakes quickly, adjust your course, and always remember that consistency will beat perfection every single time. So why are we doing all of this? What is the ultimate point? What's the big payoff at the end of the day? Well, it's about having the ability to truly design your own future. And if you take one thing away from this, let it be this. This whole process is not about restricting your life. It's the exact opposite. Every single dollar you save and invest today is literally buying you future options. It's buying you more security. It's buying you more freedom. You are designing a future where your choices are driven by what you're passionate about, not by your financial limitations. The small, consistent things you do right now, those are the building blocks of that future. So I'll leave you with this question. What future freedom will you start designing today?